Presented by the National Rifle Association. From the CZ Studios.
They're never going to stop us here.
Here is your host, the loud conservative voice in America fighting the enemies of freedom, Mark Walters.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Armed American Radio's Daily Defense begins right now on a Monday. You know who we have coming in with us on a Monday today. It's going to be Andy Hooser, the voice of Liaison from KQAM Wichita. Wichita's big talker. He is Wichita's favorite son. We'll go to Andy in just a moment. But you can watch us on Facebook.com/Armed American Radio, Facebook.com/Armed American Radio. We're in the CZ Studios with you at the Patriot Mobile microphone at the Patriot Mobile Ranch. Greg in Dallas, Texas. It's a Monday.
Yeah, that it is. It got here quick as usual.
It always does. It always does. You know, so I'm going to be in Phoenix this week coming up Wednesday through Monday for the Attorneys on Retainer convention. And I was checking the weather. You know, see, I got to get packed up and stuff, you know. So I figure I'm going to do that a couple days early because I got a very early flight on Wednesday morning. I was looking at the weather. It's going to be warmer here than it is in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, wow. That happens.
Yeah, 42 at night, which is cold in the desert. I mean, it gets cold in the desert at night. Even in summertime, it cools off with no humidity. But nonetheless, yeah, it's going to, I think, a high of about 62, 63, and 42 at night, which is kind of strange. Guess I'm going to have to bring a couple sweat shirts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, we're covering Phoenix, and I feel like I'm going to have to start doing traffic for SiriusXM Phoenix like I used to back in the day.
Oh, did you used to do Phoenix traffic?
Yeah, at one point in time when I did traffic here locally for Metro traffic. Yeah, it's very similar to my little spiel, but yeah, when I used to cover Phoenix and St. Louis and a couple other cities.
Eastbound I-10 in Cactus is backed up today.
Not knowing a single thing about the Phoenix area.
Got a 5-minute backup there coming in. We've got a one-car collision. The right lane is blocked. The 202 is fine coming around north up to Scottsdale. Oh, I can hear you now. But you don't need to know. All you got to do is read the script.
A lot of times, but they'll hit us with try to make it personable, and so you're like, okay, what can I figure out about Phoenix to kind of make it sound like I'm from that area? And it's really pretty tough.
You just lie.
Yeah, no, but there's, you know, obviously things that the locals, you know, say that, you know, someone from another part of the country does not say. You can always tell that. Like, I know when people aren't from DFW when they start doing traffic here, and I say, oh, someone must be new to the Metroplex.
The Metroplex. You got to know that phrase.
Yeah,
the Metroplex. Here in the Valley of the Sun today, you can just have a lot of fun with that stuff.
Andy must be having all kinds of fits in the background while he's sitting there waiting to come on because he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know he does. If you would, tell everybody where else they can catch everything, and we'll get to Andy Hooser right now. We have a lot to talk about. Do you have the X-File music queued up, I hope?
It's always ready to go.
Okay, good deal. All right, I'll let you do your spiel, and then we'll go.
Yeah, the places to watch the show are going to be YouTube. Just do a search for Armed American Radio with Mark Walters. You can head on over to X and watch us at AAR Mark. You can head on over to the website, which is armedamericanradio.org or .com. Hit that menu icon, then select your watch live or listen live option. If you're driving, hit that listen live link. And if you'd like to join our live chat, just download Telegram, create your profile, and search for Armed American Radio Conversations.
Andy Hooser, the voice of Liaison. Thanks, Greg, for that. I'll give you some pointers on Phoenix later today. All right, tell you where you can lie about where you ate and stuff like that.
It's a past life. I don't have to worry about it now.
Okay, good deal. Andy Hooser, the voice of Liaison. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, well, I'm doing my traffic report here for Wichita, so it's all right. There you go.
Hey, give us a traffic report. Give me a traffic report. Do it. Come on. Let's show us your chops.
There's people on the road. There's people on the road. There it is. See, here's the thing. You know what? I do see the value in the traffic reports. Don't get me wrong. I always joke about that. The weather ones are what bug me. I despise, and for all my listeners here in Wichita, you probably know this, I despise doing weather reports because I know we're coming into spring season and the severe weather. We actually got hit really bad this past weekend. Lightning struck the studio over the weekend and caused me a lot of scenes and issues behind the scenes here. But, you know, the tornado issues, whatever else. Here's the weather report. Look out your freaking window. That's your weather reports. I can't give you a detailed one in your local area. Look out your window. That's what the weather's doing right now.
You're in the studio now. Did that laughter come from in your studio? Somebody in Wichita heard you say that? Or was that
me over here?
Was that you?
No, that was...
Well, you know, I remember Andy telling me a couple times, "Oh man, I can't come on today, or I can't sit in for you next week, or whatever it is. I got to be at the tower. It got hit by lightning. We had really bad weather." You know, we've had
crazy.
Those. Well, you know what's easy about Florida? I always used to joke about Florida weather. It'd be so easy to be a weatherman in Florida. It's hard to screw it up. You know, from about May through October 15th. It's going to be hot as shiitake mushrooms today, and it's going to rain it too. Period. That's it. There's your weather. I mean, it's that simple. And then the rest of it,
I'm
it's gonna be
sure that the
beautiful
weather
today.
people can still find a way to screw it up, though.
Oh, they always do, because they don't
Weather
stick with
guessers.
that script. They got to try and go off and try to be these predictor people, and then they blow it. All they had to do was shut their mouths. Just shut your trap. Say it's going to be hot as crap today. It's going to rain it too. If the wind's blowing from the
That's
east,
right.
it's going to rain at 11. If it's blowing from the west, it's going to rain it too. It's thunderstorms are going to line
Well,
up
I
on
will say-
I-75. That's it. Simple as that.
Yeah. I will say that in Wichita and in Kansas in general, things are not as stable. So this week it's going to be 65 to 75 degrees all week long, snow on Friday.
Okay.
That's the weather report for this week.
I still want to hear, show us your chops. Give me a weather report. Or not a weather report, a
it's-
traffic report.
traffic
Come on,
A
let's try it
traffic
now.
report? Yeah. That's
And
traffic
coming up
reports,
next,
yeah,
Andy Hoosier with the weather. Andy, I'm tossing it over to you. Go.
It's hot outside. Yeah. There it is.
There's a lot of traffic out, guys. Wait until 9. Just do it that way. Okay, I'm Andy Hoosier.
Yeah,
and that
you'll
was
get
today's
congested.
traffic.
Yeah, you'll get congested again at drive time in the afternoon when people drive home from work, and a few idiots will cause an accident, and then you'll be backed up for a little while. So not a
There
big
you
deal.
All
Whatever.
right,
We're
Greg,
used to it.
Cue the X-File music. I've been waiting. for
Here
this
we
one.
go.
There we go. Can you hear that, Andy?
Hey, man, we're ready.
All right, this is from CBC. I could have gone to any publication I wanted to, okay? Ladies and
all
gentlemen, I
over the
don't
place.
know if you heard this or not. You may have. Maybe you didn't. If you didn't, you're going to hear it here. Remember Obama? He was president for 2 terms. And guys, let me tell you something about presidents. You might not like a president, but they know a hell of a lot more than you do. They get their morning briefings every day. They know everything.
Except for Joe Biden.
Well, Joe Biden didn't know he was president. So, I'm not
Yes.
giving him a mulligan, but it is what it is. He was
Obama was getting those briefings too.
yeah, Obama was getting those briefings too. So was Big Mike, okay? But having said that, presidents know everything. They know it all. You go all the way back to the Bushes. Virtually every president we know of, when they first get into the Oval Office, when they get sworn in, one of the first questions they ask intelligence community is, are aliens real? And Bill Clinton has admitted that. He said, I don't know. I can't say if they're real. He said, but I did ask. Now, I happen to believe even presidents don't really know everything, okay? But Obama was asked that on a podcast. Was it last week, Andy?
Yeah, it was over the weekend, I believe.
Yeah, it was just recent because I sent you the article on Saturday, I believe, and you had already said you'd seen it.
Yeah, I saw the video actually on Instagram. I had already seen a clip of it.
Okay, Obama clarified his comments yesterday, or this morning, actually, because this was published this morning at 11 o'clock. These statements were clarified. He was asked if aliens are real. And here's what he said. They're real, but I haven't seen them. And they're not being kept in Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy and they hid it from the President of the United States. So I would believe him on that, okay? I also think it's possible they could have hid it from the President of the United States. But he was, asked to clarify those statements because it caused a firestorm, did it not?
Oh, it did. Oh, everybody went nuts for that one.
Yeah. I mean,
I
you
mean,
have
when you got a former president of the United States that literally said, yeah, they're real. I haven't seen them, but yeah, they're absolutely real. I mean, that's kind of some groundbreaking stuff.
he clarified. Did you see his clarification this morning?
I have not seen the clarification, no.
Here's the quote. When asked to put his answer in context, in more context, he said, and I quote former President Obama, I was trying to stick with the spirit of the speed round, but since it's gotten so much attention, let me clarify. Statistically, the universe is so vast that the odds are good there's life out there.
Oh, of course.
Let's go to,
course.
okay, he's given himself some plausible deniability here, but let's listen to what he says. But the distances between solar systems are so great that the chances we've been visited is low. And I saw no evidence during my presidency that extraterrestrials have made contact with us. Really? That was his quote. He did not, that was a very weak reply because Obama knows he'd already pulled the carpet out. He already said they were real. He didn't backtrack on that. He just said he hadn't seen it.
30.
And he said he saw no evidence during his presidency that they made contact with us. Not that they weren't real, but that they made any contact with us, Andy. We're getting ready to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to cue that X-Files music back up again, and we're going to go right to you because I can't wait to get your commentary on this. I find this stuff fascinating. Guys, this is sitting president or former sitting president of the United States for 2 terms. And you have to ask yourself these questions. When the president of the United States or former president of the United States says that, why is he saying it? Interesting stuff. Andy Hoosier, the voice of reason, KQAM, Wichita's Big Talker, Wichita's favorite son. We'll be back with us. 3 more segments to go right after the break. Don't go away. following segment of Armed American Radio is proudly being brought to you by the National Rifle Association. Help us defend freedom by visiting nra.org/AAR and join today. Welcome back to the show. Yeah, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Armed American Radio's Daily Defense begins again now. You're in segment 2 with us here on the broadcast, being broadcast on dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of radio stations around the nation. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you here today. CZ Studios are fired up for you. The Patriot mobile mic is on fire. It's on flames. It's just sitting here right in front of me, burning up the airwaves. Great to be with you today. Please go out of your way and visit all of our great partners. You can find them all at armedamericanradio.com. That would include the National Rifle Association, Crossbreed Holsters, Bud's Gun Shop, and all of our great partners. We'll talk more about them coming up through the breaks, etc. Andy Hooser, the voice of reason, rejoins us now. Now, Andy, it's interesting to me because I've known for a long time that there it is. I've known for a long time that we're being visited by aliens. Have you ever seen Kylie Dixon, the alien who goes by the Earth name Kylie Dixon that happens to be the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader who has invaded our planet? Have you seen her? You know where she's from?
Have not seen that one, no.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what I'll do during the break if you want to flip to it because it's worth it. It's always fun to see aliens. So I'll put a video up of her doing her Dallas Cowboy thing while she's here on Earth. But I can promise you, she is from the planet Grrr. So it's real. And here's a joke for you, too. You know why pirates are called pirates, Andy?
Why is that?
I don't know. They just are.
They just are. They just are.
Oh, God, it's so pathetic. It is a Monday. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
now,
that's a great one. Well done on the dad joke on that one. Yeah.
Dad joke. Okay, Andy, who's your the voice of reason? They just are. All right, no, all kidding aside. Well, I mean, I could say the same thing about Livy Dunn and others as well, but they're all from the same planet. Bridget Bardot was from that planet back in her day. Pam Anderson was from that planet back in her day. So it's, well, you know, there's extraterrestrial life out there for sure. And whoever floats your boat that you might think is, you know, is from the planet Grrr also. But the planet Grrr is apparently very real. Anyway, all kidding aside, why would a former president say that when asked? Why would he say that when he knows? Believe me, politicians know how to parse words, man. Okay?
Yeah.
They know how to say the right things. That's why they're politicians.
Right.
And when you go back and look at the statement that he made in context, he said he was putting it in context. He just said he saw no evidence that they had made contact with us. And, well, the chances that they've been here are low. He didn't say anything clear. Why? Why would he do that?
Well, because he's a politician. Look, he let it slip because I saw it and it came so naturally and without hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
Are aliens real? Yes, they are. Boom. Like it was without even thinking. So I think maybe that conversation caught him off guard a little bit and he was just rolling before he went through the Barack Obama filter of saying a really big word salad that didn't really mean a whole lot, but sounded really well. So politically, yeah, it was really interesting to watch him. And the fact that he had to clarify that really is telling. It drives me nuts because that response of the correction is the typical generalized response that you get from this type of topic when you talk about it is, well, the universe is so big and we don't really know and we haven't had any evidence of contact and so on. So that's so typical.
Okay,
so
but that could all be true. So that's the walk back, right?
It could be true, but again, it doesn't jive with the initial, yes, I haven't seen them, but yes, there are kind of response to where it wasn't even the question of, well, we don't know, we can speculate. Like he didn't go into detail there. He literally just said, yeah, I haven't seen them, but yeah, they are. They're not at Area 51, but yeah, there are. And he was so definitive about it. So it really doesn't jive with the response that he's had on this kind of deal. And I know people ask, like, what's this have to do with the Second Amendment? Look, there are companies out there, these private contractors, these intelligence and it's aerospace contractors, whoever else that has so much technology that we are completely unaware of, that we're supposed to be aware of, or at least supposed to know what the heck's going on, and whether they got it from ETs, whether they've been able to back engineer stuff, whether they've just engineered it themselves. 200 to 300 years advanced above what the consumer has should be a major red flag for anybody even halfway involved in the Second Amendment and personal protection because of what they actually have here. And where does this come from? So yeah, I truly believe that ETs, even though it's a fun conversation, is an extremely important conversation to us to have as well, because we need to know what kind of technology they have and what we've already used. And for Barack Obama to backtrack this, I think that we're on the precipice, Mark. I'm telling you, and I've been saying it for a while, we are on the brink of some major disclosure on this issue with the rumor about Donald Trump making an announcement in July, the movie that's coming out about disclosure in June with Barack Obama teasing it, and with Donald Trump, who I think almost has gotten scooped now on the issue that Donald Trump might pick up the pace and actually do some more releasing. At the same time, Mark, we just saw the last 3 million or 6 million documents or whatever else be dumped on the Epstein files, most transparent administration in modern American history. And we saw all of them now dumped for Epstein.
Yeah, the Epstein thing could be argued, but, you know, look.
Well, of course, yeah, but it's more so than we've ever seen.
Well, that's true,
right?
It is a fascinating topic to me. It really, truly is a fascinating topic. And I was watching a couple documentaries just over the weekend because that sparked my interest again. You know, and it was, you know, how vast the universe is, and they were trying to put it in perspective. The human mind cannot comprehend how vast the universe is in our world. For example, the Milky Way. Just was talking about the Milky Way is 100,000 light years wide, and they go into the mathematics of that. That's just our galaxy. And there are trillions of other galaxies. Think about that. And the closest one to us would take over 800 years at the speed of light to get to. So they say it's nearly impossible that something else could get here. No, dumbass, you're talking about it from our perspective. With your limited
with our capabilities of travel.
Correct. Yeah. In your limited capability of the mind that you are using. You don't know what somebody else is capable of, particularly if they've been there for 2 billion years longer than we have.
Well, that's exactly it.
And what is a year? A year is our own Earth time. What is a year to them? A minute?
That's exactly
a second?
It. Yeah. It's interesting you bring that up because, you know, if we believe, you know, I know that theories change or whatever about the creation and, you know, the Big Bang Theory, let's just assume that one for a moment, that there's a center point of the universe.
Yeah, okay. Where'd that come from? That's a joke.
Yeah, not trying to... Yeah, right. Well, and not trying to challenge people's religious beliefs because I do believe in creation, you know, but let's, for this argument, say that there's a center point of the universe for the Big Bang where something happened because we see everything continuously moving outward from somewhere. So if that's the case, right now, from what we can understand, we're kind of in the middle of the expansion, which means there's things that have been created after us that are closer to the quote unquote center, and things that have been around for a lot longer than we had that are farther out there that continue to expand outward in this outward direction. So yeah, if there is something else out there, there's things that could be billions and billions of years more advanced or been around a lot longer than we have. Who knows what the heck they have?
Can you imagine their weaponry?
Yeah. Could you imagine what kind of side piece they have walking around with them? Yeah.
Do they even need a sidearm? I mean, who knows? That's
built into their laser eyes or something. Who knows?
Their laser eyes.
Sonic weapons.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, and we're starting to use sonic weapons, right? We just saw the case about what happened in Venezuela with the sonic weapon that we have. Like, who knows? Again, that goes back to, if we're an advocate of the Second Amendment, this is kind of an important conversation to know what the heck the government or private contractors have that we don't have, that we should be kind of concerned about.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It is fascinating. And when you have a president of the United States, a former president of the United States, just nonchalantly mention that as openly as he did. And I saw that too.
And then walk it back.
Well, that's the walk back. That's it. That's why the fact that he even had to come out and walk it back for clarification is proof in my mind. Anyway, I think it's fascinating. It's a fascinating topic. But anyway, guys, watch some of the documentaries on the vastness of space. And you sit there and you think like I do, we don't have a clue what we're talking about. We don't know anything. We've been staring up there since the dawn of time, and we still don't know. And guess what? We're not going to. We'll be right back. The following segment of Armed American Radio's Daily Defense is being brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Visit patriotmobile.com/AAR and use the AAR promo code to get free activation today. Welcome back to the show. Yeah, guys, welcome back to the program. This is a Patriot Mobile phone if you're watching on your devices or TV sets. If you're listening, I am holding up, or was holding up, a Patriot Mobile activated phone. You can do the same thing. I got the Patriot Mobile hat on. I have to fight for this hat. Everybody in my family wants it, and I have to find out where it is every single day when I want to wear it. Well, the easy answer is just get more. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to just get everybody one, and they can just leave me alone. Get off my lawn. This is my Patriot Mobile hat. You can get one too, by the way. Just visit patriotmobile.com, patriotmobile.com/AAR, and activate a phone with a U.S.-based company that supports your Second Amendment, supports your right to free speech, supports your right to practice your religion. Where's it? Right there on their mission statement, right on the front of the page, ladies and gentlemen, patriotmobile.com. They're at the SHOT Show. They're at all the gun-related events. They're everywhere. And their competition, which is probably who you're using, if you're not using Patriot, you're obviously using their competition. They don't have booths there. So join them, patriotmobile.com/AAR, and take advantage of that. Check out everything on the website. They have great products over there, new innovations coming out all the time. And when you call for customer service, you get an American. Isn't that right, Andy Hooser, the voice of reason?
Dang straight.
Dang straight. Yeah, I was thinking during the break just how arrogant human beings are. We think we know everything. Look at something from the perspective of an ant that walks around. How big you are to that little creature. Think about that. Right? Everything, we look at everything from our perspective as if we know everything. We don't know crap about anything, to be honest with you. I mean, how many times have you heard eggs are good for you, eggs are bad for you, eggs are good for you, eggs are bad for you? Drinking's good for you if it's in moderation. Oh, it causes cancer. And oh, we were wrong about that. Well, steak's good for you, steak's bad for you. There's good cholesterol. We don't know crap, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you have to go into everything with an open mind and make up your own mind and make decisions that matter to you based on your reality. It's as simple as that. Isn't that fair advice, Andy Hooser, the voice of raison?
That's right. Absolutely.
I mean, good heavens. I mean, there's clearly a planet Grr out there. I mean, we know that to be the case. So, dig into that one.
Proven information right there.
Yeah, speaking of athletes, former Team USA figure skater allegedly gunned down by career criminal in a Starbucks drive-thru. Did you see this?
No, I hadn't seen that one.
There's just bad news all the time, everywhere. Oh, and look at this. I scroll through the article, and there's a picture of Sydney Sweeney. She is also from the planet Grr. Former Team USA figure skater Gabrielle Lynham. Now, I'm not a big figure skating follower fan. Are you?
I am not, but apparently I was not aware of this until these Olympics this year, but my wife really enjoys them, and now my daughter, who does ballet, sees it as ballet on ice, so both of them are really into it, and Super Bowl Sunday, all day until the game, we ended up watching that all day long.
Yeah, that's not ever, the Olympics come rolling around every few years, right? And I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to that, to be honest with you. For some weird reason, I'm a fan of curling. I don't know why it fascinates me. I mean, they make something so stupid look so exciting and sound so exciting as the guy's just skating down, brushing the ice in front of him. I don't know. It fascinates me. That's really an Olympic sport? Okay.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. And define what a sport actually is, which I get a lot of heat for this. I can see it as a sport if you define it as anything that's competitive. If it's competitive, then it's a sport, and you can, that's what it is. If you don't define it that way, then curling is not a sport. But I mean, at what level do we say, do we really need this at the Olympics for a global competition to see who's the best at it? I mean, I'm really honestly surprised that we don't have like rock, paper, scissors in there already, or the slapping contest, which is very cringy, but yet somewhat entertaining to watch.
Oh, you mean with their hands on top of the other ones and slapping each other's hands and all that kind of stuff?
It's no. I mean, slapping their face until they literally until they just go out cold. Like, those are cringy to watch. I don't know how these people don't have brain damage.
They do. That's the problem. That's why they show up. They do.
That's why they do it in the first place.
What about arm wrestling? I don't really watch the Olympics. Arm wrestling in there anywhere?
No. Not that I know of, but that would be interesting as well. Right. It should be. After watching Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone, that's a great way to get arm wrestling back on track.
Well,
Judo's in there.
What is?
Judo.
Well, I would consider judo a sport. Look, I think, Andy, I think you just nailed the definition, and here's a prime example. A lot of people think that race car drivers, NASCAR drivers, are not athletes. Bully gig, okay? I've met tons of them. And the practice and work that they put in and the shape that they're in, those guys that are hopping the wall, all right, and changing tires, the tire changers, a number of them are good friends of mine. I've been to many races with many of those teams. They are world-class athletes, those guys. And the stamina and mental stamina that it takes to drive that car at that speed, bumper to bumper like that, is absolutely mind-boggling. Yeah, absolutely NASCAR is a sport.
But if you talk to a sports person, which, our afternoon sports guys are getting ready in the studio next to me, they think it has to be more physical, because I say, to me, a sport is the definition of anything that is a competition. If you compete, then you make it into a sport. And they get really mad at me for that. No. Rock, paper, scissors aren't sports, and NASCAR's borderline, which I would say obviously that's a major sport, one of the biggest privately owned sports in the entire nation. Mm-hmm. But they get very angry with that definition. They want a little more clarification of what you consider a sport, because by that definition, chess is a sport and rock, paper, scissors is a sport. And I absolutely find those to be sports, because you're very competitive in those things.
Yeah, it's an interesting definition when you look at it that way. I mean, you want to use that argument. You could use the argument, well, if you can't get hurt doing it, is it really a sport? Well, I mean, figure skating. Is figure skating a sport? Yeah, it's great competition. It requires a lot of physical activity. Believe me, you watch there's a lot of figure skaters from the planet Grr, too, I might add. I'm just saying. But yeah, you wipe out on the ice, guys. Tell me how your knees feel.
Yeah, I can't. That stuff is I mean, I can see it. Ballet, my daughter's in ballet. Like I said, she is, on her toes. I mean, when she's trying to get her point shoes right now, which is when you actually get on the very tippy top of your toes, that is painful. And I've seen a lot of those damaging things that what you do with, by getting up like that. You have to have some major leg strength when you're, on the ice and doing the figure skating. It may not be my cup of tea, a little bit boring, but by golly, man, those guys toss those gals up in the air while you're on a quarter-inch, blade on the ice. That's insane to do. Like, that's very talented.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, in this particular case, it's a sad story. 28-year-old was fatally shot. Excuse me. Stole her bank cards and driver's license around 10 a.m. NBC News was reporting this. 58-year-old Keith Lamont Brown was arrested the following day with a criminal record dating all the way back to 1986, including felonies. I mean, and the guy's out on the streets. And now you've got, a former figure skater dead, an Olympic athlete as a result. This guy was currently wanted for 2 armed robberies that happened just a few days before Lynham's murder. He was charged with first-degree murder, 3 counts of first-degree robbery, 4 counts of armed criminal action, as well as 1 count of unlawful possession of a gun connected to Lynham's death and other recent robberies. And these clowns are walking around the streets. Yeah, so these are very sad stories. Now, let's take it over to another sport. Cheerleading a sport?
Yes.
Okay, when your daughter gets old enough, I'm going to say this, and it might upset a lot of people, but I thank God every day my daughter did not get into cheering. I know a lot of families who did, and I'll tell you why I say that. Because it is continuous travel. It is continuous competition. It is everywhere, and it is day after day after day for months and months at a time. I don't know how parents hold jobs, but in this case, I guess a mom got pretty mad about this whole thing. I say this in a joking way, and I shouldn't, but AAR has a headline up: Mother kills daughter, then shoots herself while in Las Vegas for cheerleading competition.
Golly. They take it serious, man. Yeah, it's crazy. My daughter's, this is her first year doing cheer, and they just cheer. I mean, again, we're a very, very, very small school. We're not going to be in any competitions anytime soon. I mean, but she is in cheer for middle school and did it for the basketball and football season. She loves it, but when you get into those competitions, man, it is insane. That is some pretty high stress situations.
Yeah, and I mean, these people snap, in this particular case, we'll go back to this when we come back from the break, but KUTV is reporting that the mother and daughter were discovered deceased in a hotel room Sunday, and police ascertained the mother shot the daughter, then shot herself. I mean, that's something beyond the pale. I can't comprehend that as a parent. I just simply cannot comprehend that. Where is the mother mentally to do this to her own daughter?
Funny.
You have to wonder. New York Post is reporting it, that they were found in a room at the Rio Hotel and Casino, and there was a suicide note. But those details of that note have not been released. More to cover. We'll get back with Andy Hooser, the voice of reason, right after this. This segment is brought to you by Attorneys on Retainer. Get the only self-defense program for gun owners backed by a real law firm, the Attorneys for Freedom. Visit them online at attorneysonretainer.us. Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back indeed. A couple public service announcements I want to make, particularly going back to last night. But before I do that, I want to let you know, in less than 48 hours, I will be heading to Arizona, where I will be moderating a panel of influencers. And guys, you likely follow many of them online. Heavy Duty Country Dan is going to be there. Jared Yanis, Guns and Gadgets, myself, many others will be there. I'll be moderating 2 panels at the convention on Saturday at the Mesa Convention Center. Attorneys on Retainer. If you're not yet a member, well, you should be, because this is an absolute no-brainer, If you have to use a gun in self-defense, you are going to be investigated, and you could possibly be charged with a crime. And trust me, you're going to not want an attorney, you're going to have one. And guys, if you don't have one in your pocket already, like I do, and my kids do, and my wife does, my mom and dad, and lots of friends and family do, and many of you do, it can cost you everything. The annual expense at $37 times 12 is less than 1 hour of a great attorney. 1 hour fee. Think about that. And your cost will never go up. You'll get as many as 4. And by the way, Greg, welcome back, Greg. I want to mention that during our show last night, I heard from George Zimmerman.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who is going to be coming on the show with me in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I talked with him last night. He reached out to me last night. I've not talked to George in a while. So it's going to be interesting. And I couldn't help but think of Attorneys on Retainer, because we all saw what Zimmerman went through, ladies and gentlemen. And he'll never get it paid off, guys, ever. You won't have to worry about it if you have this card in your wallet. It's that simple, okay? Don't be the one that's caught with your pants down. Welcome back inside the CZ studios with me. We're talking with Andy Hooser, the voice of Liaison. We were just talking about figure skaters and sports and a couple of very nasty shootings and the cheer
We've covered a lot of ground today.
Real quick to jump in here, that we've got kind of a serious update. We're talking about shootings in ice rinks. We have reports out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, that there has been an ice hockey rink out there that has had a shooting happen just a couple hours ago at it.
So this is breaking.
Breaking news.
I've not yet seen this. Okay.
It looks like from what there is the note says 2 people were killed, 3 others injured in a shooting at a rink in Pawtucket, Rhode Island on Monday. The shooter is also dead, and the shooting took place at the Dennis M. Lynch Arena, where a huge police presence was seen today. So that's as far as we know, and it looks like, as an update, there might be 3 dead.
Okay. Wow. Well, yeah, that's a terrible story. Before I get back into anything, I do want to mention this because something popped up on my production software. Guys, last night we had a phenomenal show. Last night, Armed American Radio's Monstercast was absolutely huge last night from beginning to end. And I had a lot of complaints. A lot of people were unable to see the show on X. I went into my own timeline and didn't see my own live stream, and it wasn't up today. And just popped up, live streaming on X. X is experiencing issues with the live streaming post. If you can't find your live on X, you can manually post it by following our guide. So that's the problem there, ladies and gentlemen. And I did see in some comments that a lot of you that want to watch the show were switching over to YouTube and things of that nature. And that's fine, too. But apparently that's been an issue with X for the last couple of days. And that really sucks because the show...
Yeah, I think it's been down most of the day today.
Yeah, they've had some issues over there. But that answers some questions in my mind as to what was going on, because we saw viewership drop radically. And we had a couple big organizations put us out there. We should have had a couple thousand viewers easy last night, so I knew there was something going on. Anyway, that's the deal there. Andy, liberals going absolutely berserk. Oregon, of all places. Again, get this. And I'm not kidding you with this, ladies and gentlemen. This is very real. There is a petition circulating in Oregon right now by a bunch of liberal lunatic wackos. Think the pink hair goofball that you see on TV, the Karen, the feeler, not the thinker, who is so just worried about everything and so emotional. There's a petition circulating in Oregon right now to get it on a ballot. And you know what? I'm going to predict it will get on the ballot in that goofball state. Oregon, you're tuned in. I don't know what you guys are, good heavens. To ban hunting and fishing. All of it. Do you know why? It's KOIN. KOIN is reporting that the petition seeks to pass the People for the Elimination of Animal Cruelty Exemptions, the PEACE Act. Can't we all just get along even with the animals? It would change, Andy,
awesome.
the current Oregon animal cruelty laws, which currently protect pets such as dogs and cats. Everybody knows that, right? Yeah, this would expand the coverage to wild animals, livestock, and animals used in research. Now, I'm an animal lover. I have Huey. Before that, I had Punkos. Before that, I had Gizmo. Before that, I had Nikki. I love my animals, okay? My daughter, I'm even letting a cat live in my house right now. And trust me on this one, folks, I don't speak cat, all right? But, you know, it's tough, you know, when they're doing research on animals. I know that. I get it. But, guys, you know, that's how you get the drugs you get. Now, a lot of it's been litigated, and there's been some issues with that. I understand it's very difficult to when you're an animal lover, as I am. But guys, you're talking about the animals that you eat, okay? Wild animals that many of you shoot. I don't have enough luck to do that because when I'm out there, I'm like that guy on the movie The Bronx Tale. You know, I'm the guy that whenever I'm around, don't sit in a stand with that guy. He ain't gonna get nothing. But Andy, does it shock you?
Well, I mean, I think it shocks me that they're actually taking the bill seriously. It doesn't shock me that people are actually proposing this because, look, I was watching. Funny you mentioned the animals and the wildlife and the outdoors. I was watching on YouTube. We were showing our daughter because she never had the greatness of experiencing Steve Irwin and his outdoor TV programs over the weekend. And the crazy stuff that, oh man, and the crazy stuff that he would do, man. That show actually gives you more anxiety than education because of the stuff that he was doing with those wild animals. It was pretty wild. But you know, if you want to see what raw natural Darwinism is, survival of the fittest, watch a Steve Irwin special about how crazy these animals are in the wild and how dangerous so many of them are, and then come back and tell me that we're here just to coexist with the wild animals in the wilderness. It's absolutely insane for any of that.
Well,
and they don't understand that. Like you said, it's all based on emotion. It's not based on fact. But yeah, these people are crazy to try and propose these bills, and it's shocking to me that they would take it this far to actually seriously consider it in a state of Oregon, which, by the way, Oregon has a lot of wilderness around there. So
good
good luck
hunting and fishing,
good luck
a
with
lot
that.
of great outdoors. And Oregon's a beautiful state. I've been there many times. It's absolutely
And
gorgeous.
they will be the same ones that will complain if they do ban that and we do not hunt them and do not control the populations, that whatever is going to be at the top of the food chain out there, bears or moose or elk or whatever,
even
you're going to start hearing more
man.
cases.
There's a lot of Bigfoot out there.
Sasquatch. I'm wearing my Bigfoot shirt today. Bigfoot doesn't believe in me either. It's okay. So yeah.
Are you actually wearing that?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
Bigfoot
I'm wearing it with my
believe
ETs
me
and
either.
Bigfoot. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
right.
That's great. Hold on a second. It would criminalize hunting, fishing, trapping, wildlife management practices, education and teaching with animals, all the way down to your ability to trap pests and vermin. I mean, these people have just literally lost their minds, ladies and gentlemen.
They will be the first ones to call law enforcement and complain when a bear starts getting closer to their home because they
Or
ran
the
out of
bunnies
food
are eating
because
their
there's too many of
foliage.
them. Exactly. But I mean, the dangerous ones, when they run out of food because there's too many of them, then they will start going into the inhabited areas and towns and cities. And you're going to hear cases about this. And the people are going to be calling law enforcement saying, why are there so many bears walking down the street right now? We need to do something about this.
Yeah, I used to watch The Wild Kingdom, right? And I was the guy, I'd watch it with my younger sisters when we were kids. And I used to love when the lion was chasing the antelope. You know, they're all screaming, get away, get away. I'm going, catch him, catch him, catch him. You know, I guess that's the difference, right? I wanted the antelope to get caught by
Bigfoot
the
doesn't
lion.
believe in
That's
you
how
either,
they
Mike.
eat. Yeah, Bigfoot doesn't believe in you. You send me that picture. We'll put that up next time you're on the air. Make it a good headshot. All right, Andy, real quick,
That's
5
right.
seconds. Where can people listen to you next?
20.
HoosierReason.com. Love you, brother. We'll talk to you here soon.
You bet. Andy Hoosier's going to be sitting in for me a week from today. Christopher Hart will be sitting in for me Wednesday and Friday. I'll be live on Thursday, but I'll be live back again tomorrow, too. So enjoy your day, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you on the radio. Hope you enjoyed your Monday. We'll be back tomorrow.
You just filled your prescription for freedom with Mark Walters, presented by the National Rifle Association. The National Rifle Association on the Armed American Radio Network.
All right, gals and guys and dames, gals and guys, ladies and gents. We're going to get up and do it again tomorrow precisely because they don't want us to. So stay safe today and hope you enjoyed your Monday. Always fun to have Andy on. We take it easy on Mondays and have some fun and kind of mess around. And hopefully X gets their stream yet together tomorrow. We'll see about that. And just to let you know, again, Wednesday I'll be traveling, so I won't be live. Wednesday I'll be traveling, a very busy day. I'll be having, as soon as I land, I'm having lunch with a large, let's just say a company that you probably know of while I'm out there. Then if everything works right, I'll be on the House floor in Arizona with Representative Kwong Win and a couple other friends. And Thursday, broadcasting from the Attorneys on Retainer law firm, the Attorneys for Freedom law firm, at the office there at their beautiful studio. They have a beautiful studio. We'll be broadcasting live Thursday. Friday, Christopher Hart will be with us, sitting in for me both on Wednesday while I'm traveling and on Friday while I'm out there. Sunday, we will be live from Phoenix for 3 hours on the Monster Cast. We never miss one. And then Monday, Andy will be here while we travel back. So you got a full week, promise you, no encores, all good live stuff. So enjoy your day. Stay safe, guys. I'll see you on the radio tomorrow, the same bat time, same bat channel, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Stay safe out there, guys. Enjoy your day. Get yourself an attorney and visit all of our great partners. You can find them all at armedamericanradio.com. We'll see you on the radio tomorrow. Thank you for being here today.